My most disliked video on the channel is Blood on the Clocktower, my most disappointing experience of 2022. And it's not even close. It's not even remotely close. I have like a 50% dislike ratio on that video. It's a conversation around Blood on the Clocktower, a game I played in Origins 2022, and I had a horrible time with the game, an absolutely horrible time. And that video has a roughly 50% dislike ratio. Now, to be clear, first of all, this is from nearly 2,000 videos, and this is by the worst one by far. But also, normally for me, I would say a typical dislike ratio on the channel is usually in the 2% range, somewhere in that number. It's like, most people are happy to be here. And then in every given video, on average, a few people didn't like your opinion, don't just like me in general, whatever it is, 2% is the average dislike ratio on the channel. I know that I really stepped in it, that I made a big mistake or something wrong. When it creeps to that, 5 to 10% range, that usually means in some way I annoyed someone. And it could be something small. At a 5% ratio, maybe the sound quality wasn't great for that video. And at a 7% ratio, 8% ratio, maybe I expressed an opinion you didn't like. At a 9 or 10% ratio, maybe I defended a company you didn't think deserved to be defended. But usually 10%, like 9, 10%, that's usually where it caps out, where I've really stepped in it. Which is why it's amazing that the Blood on the Clocktower video has a 50% dislike ratio. And I get why. I do get why. The video was a conversation around my specific game of Blood on the Clocktower and how it was a horrible experience. It's a horrible gaming experience. It is by far the worst gaming experience that I have had in my life. Not even close. And I tried to make it clear during the video that it's partially because I do think Blood on the Clocktower did lend itself to that experience, but that I don't necessarily think Blood on the Clocktower is that bad of a game. I think that there were a lot of external factors that went into it, and I really, really spent time on that video trying to get into all those external factors, and trying to be fair. But I recognize that the video is titled Blood on the Clocktower, my worst gaming experience, and that Blood on the Clocktower is a game that has a lot of passionate people who are very big fans of the game. Very big fans. Which is why the comments in that video range from people who are like, hey, by the way, it wasn't the best experience, I think you should give it another try, to people who are very upset that I don't like their game. And I say their game because of that sense of ownership. And I get that sense of ownership. You pick my favorite games, you don't like them, and I wish you did. I won't go on the internet and attack you if you don't, but I wish you did. And so that sense of ownership is very clearly present. Which brings us to this video. Hi, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and today we're going to review Blood on the Clocktower. Again. Well, for the first time. That first time wasn't a review. I made it clear. I said multiple times in the video, it's not a review, it's not a review. I made it very clear. But, here we are again, with a video where I'm going to tell you that I have since played Blood on the Clocktower 3 more times. And I'm going to tell you my experience now. Where I am with it, what do I like about it, what do I not like about it, what do I overall think of the experience, and also at the end of this video, there's a full gameplay of Blood on the Clocktower as well. You can watch that. You can watch the first time of me diving back into it. I've since played it 3 more times, but this is the first time of me diving back into it, of giving it another shot, under the right circumstances, with the right group of people, and then doing it again, later that night, and again, a few nights later, and now talking about the game, and where I am with it. I recognize, and I'll save you some time. If you are a hardcore, passionate Blood on the Clocktower fan, I will save you some time right now. Go ahead and dislike this video. Jump straight into it. My opinion of Blood on the Clocktower is significantly better having played it properly, but I am not a hardcore here for it Blood on the Clocktower person. I'm not. I still have critiques about the game. The same things that I thought would be a problem for me are the circumstances that lent itself to it being a worse experience are not there. I do think it's very intricate. I do think there are things I could say positively about it, and there are things that I will say positively about it, and I can understand why it's your favorite game. It's still not my favorite game. So, dislike button's down there. Helps the algorithm. I appreciate it. And we'll see how this goes. So, Blood on the Clocktower. Let's start with talking about what Blood on the Clocktower is, for those who don't know. And I'll try to keep it short. Blood on the Clocktower is a hidden role game with possibly the most intricate hidden role game ever created. I think I could be wrong, but there's all these versions of Werewolf, of Mafia, of all these things, so it's hard to know, but for sure in terms of a version of a game that you can straight up buy, I believe it is the most intricate hidden role game out there. The game revolves around the concept of a demon. There's going to be a single demon player who every single night is executing players one after the other. And then during the day, players are trying to decide who is the demon so they can raise a vote, cast them out, execute them. If you've ever played Werewolf, if you've ever played Mafia, this is all going to sound very familiar. But every player has roles. All the players at the table have a role, and the roles vary drastically to the point of even the demon player themselves has different roles. There are different rules in the game as far as what the demon can do and how they operate, and sometimes you know what their possible roles are, sometimes you don't as you're going through the experience, and so there's all kinds of information to wade through. There's the core ecosystem, which has a ton of content, but then there's the individual game slices where they're going to give you sections of content so you're not overwhelmed with 50 roles you have to learn, but rather you have, hey, here's going to be 12 roles you have to know or learn about. These are the ones going to be in the game or potentially in the game, and we're going to try to figure out how to give you enough information that you can deduce who is what and how things operate and how things all tie together in the experience. And the roles vary. Maybe at night you can't be executed. Maybe at night you can point to someone and keep them alive, and if the demon kills them, then they stay alive, and that has a rippling effect, because suddenly when the night's over and no one's dead, maybe it's because someone protected that player at the table, maybe it's because they're the soldier and they can't actually die. There's all these options at the table, and players start piecing together pieces of information to try to figure things out. If during the day you go ahead and initiate a vote to try to kill someone, try to have them executed, maybe you're going to die right away because maybe they are the role that has you dying if you try to initiate them. Maybe there's the role in play that has you being able to target someone. If they target you, they die. There's usually multiple things that all feed into each other, and it's your job to work with the other players, figure out who's on your team and who's not, as you try to figure out how to take down the demon. It's worth noting the demon has accomplices. The demon has various agents of chaos on their side, the number of which is going to depend on the group size you're playing with. But ultimately it is a hidden role game where the demon's goal is to execute enough of you that he remains standing, and your goal as the townsfolk are to figure out who's on your team and then work together to take down the demon. That is the core concept. As far as what I like, don't like, and can see others not liking about the game, I don't know if I'm going to do it in that rigid a structure as I usually do. I think the intricacy of the roles and the way the roles all tie together, and the way most things that happen in the game can have multiple reasons that those things happened, I think that's brilliant. I think the way it's designed is brilliant. I think the fact that they give you slices of content to work with gives you the variety of an incredibly overwhelming experience, but in manageable slices so you can engage with it on a much more microscopic level. Not microscopic by any means, you will still be overwhelmed with the amount of possibilities on the table in front of you the first time you're diving into it, but, or even the second, or even the third, or even as you add new slices of content in front of you. You may have played the base game, like, I can't remember what it's called, Blood Moon Rising, I don't know what it's called, whatever it is. You may have played the base game setup 17 times, but then you dive into a set of new characters, and you suddenly, sure, you know the infrastructure, so the infrastructure of the game is there, but you have to learn a ton more things. There's a lot of content here to understand, to take in, and then to be faced with in the dark of the night, whether you're an agent of good or an agent of bad. You have to take in all this stuff and figure it all out. It can be overwhelming. But the trade-off of that is that it can also be very rewarding. It can be very rewarding to puzzle your way through a few different possible options. It is effectively a logic puzzle with the added complexity and chaos of human interaction thrown into the mix. Because sure, I can slowly deduce, but slowly but surely I can say, well, if I tried killing Kim and I tried killing Kim and they didn't die, well, it can't just be the soldier, it has to be the monk, because two people didn't die when I killed them. You can start piecing together the pieces of information. But there's still the players at the table that are throwing in their own sense of chaos into the mix, that are lying to your face, or possibly telling you the truth just enough that you can figure things out, or possibly, good or bad, being incentivized to obfuscate the information where they believe it's helpful, and to give up enough information that they believe they are helping the team, possibly not making themselves into a target, because you can tell your team something that would be incredibly helpful, but would then make you a target to be then killed by the demon the next night, which may be information in its own right. Sometimes you want to sacrifice on the altar of whatever forces are coming after you, because it will give your fellow players more time at the table to be able to figure things out, to be able to read between the lines, to be able to put 1 and 2 together and figure out who is slaughtering everyone every night. So there's a lot of complexity going on. There's a lot of rewarding aspects of following those chains and trying to find them. These are elements that I personally have found that I've gotten out of other hidden role games, out of Resistance, out of Quest, out of One Night Ultimate Werewolf, and I know this is where that dislike button is very helpful, because Blood on the Clocktower players will hear those comparisons and be like, how could he possibly compare Monopoly to Food Chain Magnate? How is that a thing? And I get it, I do, but so help me, I like the game, I have problems with it too. Because I think it's incredibly complex, and I think it's incredibly rewarding, and I think the way they handle it is... I understand why it's so well loved. I do. For me, the reasons that I am merely okay with it, why I enjoy it. I actively enjoy the game. If my friends want to play Blood on the Clocktower with me, I will do so, but I will almost certainly only do so with my friends. I do not think this is a game I would play with strangers. I do not think it's a game I would play at a convention. I do not think it's a game that I would play with half friends and half complete strangers. I'm comfortable with, like, you know, an 80-20 ratio of friends and strangers, but it's a game that I am happy to be involved and along for the ride when I am there to spend time with my friends, but it's not a game I would play for the sake of the game itself. And the reasons for that are a fewfold. The first is that it is overwhelming. Unless you're playing it a lot, I think it's going to be very hard for you to not face that logical puzzle in front of you and really just be overwhelmed, not with a lack of deduction, but rather with a lack of information. The amount of times I've played, well, I've played the game 3 times. I'm going to say the amount of times I've played the game. I've played the game 3 times, but in every single game, the amount of times during those games in which I realized something way later than I should have, because I'm still just trying to process 17 different roles while figuring out my own sequence of where I'm at. And don't get me wrong, I respect completely that if you play this game 20 times, that changes. If you play the same roles again and again and again, that changes. But if I'm 4 plays in now, if I'm 4 plays into Blood on the Clocktower, and I still feel like half the time I'm not even getting to the full logical deduction, because I'm still faced with the fact that halfway through the game, I've been operating under the assumption that you must be that role, because that's the only thing that makes sense, and then I'm getting to another thing, and I'm like, oh, well that's also a thing. I didn't even know that was a role, because I'm still busy trying to play while absorbing all this new information, and so that kind of blocker means that the logical deductive puzzle that's at play is being currently held back a drop by the sheer amount of things you have to pick up and learn while at a table with 8, 10, 20 people who are trying to learn and start the game. And it's hard to run those people as it is. You certainly don't want to be the additional reason things are slowing down while you try to slowly read and process every single role at the table, while things happen during the night that force you to re-examine it. And so I love the logical puzzle. I think that it takes away from the logical puzzle when it's kind of a little bit held back by just your ability to absorb information fast enough in a new setting and new environment. Again, it doesn't take away from how good the game is, but it's a blocker into how many plays it takes before I can play it at the full level that it operates. That's more of a small nitpick, though. That's not my main issue with it. For me, the core issue with it's going to be something I referenced in the original video, the original reference that and again, something I talked about. In the original video, I said there's 15 things that went wrong as to why it was such a bad gaming experience for me, and only one of them do I think is about the game itself. And sure enough, that one is still the thing that I dislike the most about Blood on the Clocktower, which is the amount of time that your eyes are closed as you try to figure out who you can or can't talk to. For me, I do eyes closed, head down. Instinctively, if my eyes are closed because I can't talk, well, I could talk. If my eyes are closed, though, I put my head down, which means I spend a good 20 to 30, maybe even more % of the game just sitting like this, waiting for a tap on the shoulder, talking furtively to my neighbors, being like, yeah, well, they did this, and she did that, and he did this, and trying to get some degree of information and communication out of the experience. But even now doing this to you, I don't like it. And maybe it's a me thing. I feel less involved, less present. I feel held back when I'm sitting there with my eyes closed and just constrained. And it genuinely might be a mental thing on my end. I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like that system. I don't mind it in Resistance and One Night when you're doing it for 15 seconds in the beginning of the game. That's totally fine with me. The fact that it's a repeated occurrence that goes on for way longer than I would like in any given game night, way longer. You close your eyes and you sit there for 5 minutes while people do the various things during the night, and you engage with others. You do, but I do not like that. That is the biggest issue I have with Blood on the Clocktower. The biggest issue I personally have is that. The eyes closed and the amount of times you spend with your eyes closed, it's just not for me. It's not something I enjoy. I'll also say that Blood on the Clocktower is a game that's very much it's a game that's in service of the moderator. It's in service of the person running the game. They get to craft their own story. They get to jump in and be an agent of chaos. Some of the combinations you'll have in the game just lend themselves to complete chaos, with the person running the game having that agency and determination of how they want to influence how things are occurring. They tout Blood on the Clocktower on their Instagram page. They tout the 49% ratio of wins and losses amongst the demons and the townsfolk and all that, which is great, but that would be more impressive if it wasn't heavily influenced by the capacity of the moderator to mix up how things are going and to turn it into a role-playing experience where they get to tweak the threads of destiny themselves based on how they want to, often based on how things are going to self-balance for the group. which lends itself to a very balanced situation in which, both sides are winning half the time, but it takes away a sense of agency over, I did a good job, and I figured this out, and I deduced things, because it doesn't matter if I did, because the next thing you know, I'm dead, because you managed to tweak those little threads where you have agency as the, what's the name for it? It's not the moderator, there's a name for it. There's a record teller or something, I don't know. There's a name for the person running the game. And that's also something that's not as much for me. I don't mind that as much. My biggest thing is the eyes closed thing. I don't mind as much that this is effectively an opportunity for someone at the table to tell an excellent story where they know everything going on behind the scenes. It just makes it a game that's a little bit less to my preference. A little bit less to my type. I haven't heavily dabbled into RPGs, and I'm open to it, I am, but one of the things that has always held me back is the idea that you have a person running the RPG. I don't want you to self-balance the game around how well I'm doing. I want you to give me the rules and then allow me to break the system. I don't want you to constantly tweak and adjust the system as I'm trying to break it, because then what's the incentive for me feeling like I overcame the system if the system automatically adjusts to whatever I'm doing? I mean, fair, maybe, I don't know how you... It's just not my goal, not my vibe. And sometimes the combinations of things in the game are so ridiculously insane and so ridiculously over the top that it just is chaos. Which, again, more of an edge complaint, because sometimes that's entertaining as well. And so for me, 4 games into Blood on the Clocktower now, the original horrible experience plus 3 more genuinely fun experiences, my overall final thoughts on Blood on the Clocktower is that I both understand and appreciate why many people love the game. And I'm sure that I will play this game again. I am certain I will, because I've had fun playing it with friends. It's still not my go-to in the hidden role genre. It's still not my favorite game. And maybe time will change that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't see myself getting over the eyes closed thing. Everything else I think I can get past eventually in this way and possibly get better and minimize some of those complaints. But I don't think I'll ever embrace the amount of time you spend in Blood on the Clocktower with your eyes closed and, for me, my head down as I try to communicate and try to feel engaged in the experience while really just waiting for the night to be over. That, to me, is something that will always hold the game back for me. I might enjoy it more, but it'll always hold the game back for me. But I think I will play it again. I think just given the amount of people who enjoy and love that game, and given the opportunities of various hidden role games out there, I think the odds are that it is a game that will continue to see table time. And I'm fine with that. I don't mind that. I don't dislike Blood on the Clocktower. I don't even know what I'd rate it. And I wrestled with this one. Because it is... I'll rate it... I'm going to rate it based on how I would rate a game. Meaning for me. Not based on where it could be. I understand, respect, and appreciate what Blood on the Clocktower is. I understand, respect, and the intricacies of how well it was designed and how much it's able to accomplish. And I think it does a tremendous job. I completely understand people who love it. But for me, it's a 3.5 out of 5. There are elements of the game that I do appreciate and enjoy. There are elements of the game that want me pulled back into it. I cannot argue for the fact that Blood on the Clocktower, as much as there are elements of it that I do not like, it's also permanently impacted how much I can enjoy a game like Resistance or One Night Ultimate Werewolf because of the intricacies of how good the system is at its peaks. So to a certain extent, things that the game has done has pulled down other hidden role games a bit for me. But there are also still elements within Blood on the Clocktower that make it a game itself that I would not resonate towards as much. So it's in that middle zone for me. There are things I like, there are things I appreciate, and it still would not be my first choice in the genre. So a 3.5 out of 5. Which, speaking of which, as far as recommendations, I've talked about them enough in this video, but for me, Quest, aka Resistance Avalon, and One Night Ultimate Werewolf are going to be amongst my 2 favorite games in this genre that do it incredibly well. I think there's also Feed the Kraken, which does a great job. It's a little harder for me to table, so I need more time with that one, but Feed the Kraken does a great job. But ultimately, my overall opinion of Blood on the Clocktower is, it's a good game. And I still don't think it's 100% for me. And with that, there's a full gameplay you can go ahead and watch now. A full gameplay of me diving into it right after this video. You can go ahead and check that out. If you do want, there's a few ways to dive into it. I will say, first of all, the camera doesn't capture everyone because it was just set up impromptu. But also I'll say that there's a few ways you can watch this. You can either go to the end where there's a full reading of the roles of every player at the table and then watch it with that knowledge and information. Or you can just watch from the beginning and try to deduce things as you go. If you are not a hardcore Blood on the Clocktower player, you will probably not be following along. This is not an explanatory play. This is just us playing the game. So maybe you'll enjoy it. Maybe you won't. It's there for if you want it. I will say we're having a lot of fun. we're having a lot of fun. Because I'm with a lot of friends, people I like, having a good time, and just going at it with each other. I'll also say the profanity. There's a lot of profanity in this video as well, so take that into account. But in any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you being here, regardless of which little button down there I think the buttons are over here. Buttons are somewhere over here. Regardless of whether you liked, disliked, shared, commented, whatever it is, I still appreciate you being here. I debated whether to do this video, because this video is not like a, hey, rallying tour, and we're back, and it's a, what's the word for it? Not an apology tour, but it's not a tour to be like, hey, Blood on the Clocktower is the best game ever. It's not. It's not a comeback tour. That's what it is, a comeback tour. It's more of a proper conversation around the game, now that I've experienced it the way it's meant to be played. And I've experienced it, by the way, in multiple player counts as well. I've experienced it at the lower range of 11, 12. I've also experienced it as high as 20 again, which was a tremendously interesting experience with people I liked. But it's... regardless of whether I loved the game or hated the game, I felt a fair conversation around the game was something that I owed you. And so that, I hope you found this video helpful. And with that, enjoy the game.
The impaled on the hour hand of the town clock, blood dripping onto the cobblestones below. Curiosity turneth to fear, as it soon becomes obvious to all that a demon is on the loose, killing by night and taking on human form by day. Each of the townsfolk has some information, but the demon and its evil minions are spreading lies to confuse and breed suspicion over the identity of the fiend. Will the good folk put the pieces of the puzzle together in time, or will evil overrun this once peaceful town?
More likely.
Basically, it's a social deduction game. I will go round and assign each of you an identity related to one.
Okay, I feel bad now. I fucking played this a bunch. I was lying to you so that you would that you wouldn't suspect me. I'm just,
Oh no, you should have played that.
But now you were doing it all straight to me, and I was like, now I feel like an asshole.
No, you should have played that.
I was like, none of you assholes know I played this a bunch.
And here is my one tip to you.
Yeah.
This is a fucking Shark Tank.
Well,
Also,
I should have played it out
It's actually
then.
a double.
Double.
But I felt bad. Now I felt guilty. You were like trying to tell me the rules, and I was like, I know how to play it.
This is a double bluff. Nobody's convincing us you're too honest.
Yeah, right.
Plus didn't know his roll yet, and he's already playing it.
Haven't I played this with you?
Did you play at Origins?
Yeah.
Was it the
That
worst
giant
experience
thing.
ever?
No, I wasn't in that one. I know that one.
Just need to get the
That was
living
worse.
dead.
How bad
But I
has
didn't-
your prior experience been from this game?
I had played this game one time. It was under the worst circumstances possible. That is true. But I also believe that this is not a game for me. I could be wrong, and this is the group to find out. But like, it was with strangers. They had planned for a 10-person game and ended up being a 19-person game. The people at the table, like the whole thing, you heard people. You heard
Yeah.
people behind you in the
They were
off
just
room.
telling
Like there were
us
4 other games around.
Did I blow it? I should have kept.
Because it takes
absolutely
long to
kept
accelerate the
saying it,
game.
it was
I spent most of the time being like,
playing like a
I
god.
can't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I don't care about you.
This
Right? Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll talk to you. But yeah. Meg killed someone. Sure.
I got
fucked
dragged
up.
into
I should've kept
a 50-man game,
that
two
game we played with
rooms
Jesse
and a boat.
Yeah.
And it's like, I have zero.
I think if your eyes are able to be closed while you interact with people, strangers is not the way to do that.
No, also take
Yeah,
one
he kept saying he was the one.
Also
He kept
true.
saying, I'm going to protect you, I'm going to protect you,
Yeah.
I'll protect
So-
you.
And it's
I was
that
like,
natural kind of inhibition of them
Yeah.
being
I was like,
around
I don't
people.
mind
time
talking
I
to
played,
strangers, but like doing it with like I'm gonna sure I don't know your name, I don't remember who you are, but let me just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was not.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough. Well, you might enjoy this.
I do enjoy social deduction games.
Oh, there you go.
This one,
I mean, Locks loves this one. I am less keen on it.
I do like one.
yeah.
That's our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
We'll just like,
What?
because we'll do that in other things.
My favorite comment though is because I had such a bad time playing it. My favorite comment in this video was
right now.
someone said, "Oh, you know, I tried riding a bike the other day, and I did so in the rain with one hand and
I
while
was
eating
shocked
pizza, and it was a terrible
You
experience."
said
I know.
That was a very funny because his point was like you had a bad experience.
Okay.
Right.
This was
I
on my
said, I
top
think it's
10 of the
incredibly
year.
accurate. If that was the normal way to ride a bike,
Like, should I
people
tell
should
them
talk about how it's not a
Yeah,
good way to
yeah.
ride a bike.
Yeah.
Because in the video, I was very clear that it was the way, the circumstances that were the problem, not the game.
Right.
But still, people,
Yeah.
it's my most disliked video ever. Forget
Is it
defending
really?
Come On, forget defending Steam Boy, forget anything. It's like a 50% dislike ratio.
I'm friends
People
with
hate.
I'm friends with the designers. Like they came to my birthday
They
last
asked me-
year and stuff.
They
and,
asked me to play again, so I'm going to reach out and say,
They
hey,
were so. I was talking to them and they were like, yeah, he wasn't very nice to us.
Yeah. I was clear about the fact that it was the circumstances.
Yeah.
But people didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, this was on my top 10 of the year last year, so I've played it a bunch.
Come round and give you your roll.
Are you actually not? Are you not randomising them?
No, I'm not this time.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
how dare you?
Fucking mouth.
Typically what's happened is the times that Lox has survived the first night, he gets hung the next day by the townsfolk. Just to be sure job's done.
He plays everything in the shadiest possible fucking way.
Bit like he plays
It's like-
Babylon.
I was gonna say oh,
Unfathomable.
I fucked it.
Without fathom.
Yeah, the without fathom game.
I
We
play
always played that.
Unfathomable. Are you supposed to play it?
No, you don't.
Gamble
That is
on
not
being the
true.
coolest later in the game.
No,
That's why
That
I
is
hate
not
this
the way to
stupid
play
game.
it. That is
The
not.
reason I hate the
you
game
absolutely
is wind the
tank
rule,
it on the
where
hope
you
that
want to
you're
play a
gonna
game for
switch
4
teams.
hours, or the first 2 hours is like random guessing game of who even cares because you might switch roles.
The minis are pretty cool.
That's a good reason.
I just gamble that will be.
I mean,
the
we are
coolest.
Steam boys. That is the way to sell stuff.
And I thought that would get a better right?
That was a lot of hubris right there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hubris.
Okay, everybody may open their eyes.
Right, I have to go look what my things do because
Yeah,
I
what-
don't know jack.
Well, I'm looking at the top. Where are you looking?
I go like this. I look like this, and
Oh,
I
like
move
that.
my head
My
as
roll's
I'm reading
not
the same
on this,
thing,
is
so
that
you don't know
wrong?
where I'm looking.
I mean, you're looking at your whiskey, is what you're looking at.
Oh, I wasn't.
So
Is this your copy?
no, this is the office copy.
Oh, nice.
The little library. Is everybody good with everything and who they are and all that?
My roll's a bit shit.
So, right, cool. So we
I've always thought that about the Raven's Keeper.
Yeah, I know. I never get to play the fucking bad guys.
Oh.
So logically,
The
What a
intrigue
What a
begins.
terrible opening gambit.
So I guess the only question, someone could be the poisoner and then your ability is like not how it's supposed to work, right? Or something like that. What does the poisoner do?
So they choose a player and they are poisoned, which means it looks like they're dead, but they're not.
Yeah.
So people think they're
Oh,
dead,
so
but until they come
okay.
back to life.
In this player count, how many outsiders and how many minions do we have? We have two minions and.
I mean, that's kind of
Okay.
information I'm not going to
Yeah,
give out.
All right.
I think
Okay.
we're supposed to know. Oh, fair enough.
I think you are supposed to know
Yeah, but I think
outsiders.
if I don't tell you, it might turn into a complete fucking bloodbath. And I think that could be kind of fun.
That could be
Was it? Is it
I
there
think
an
there's
ability
tech-
that makes
usually-
you think
I
you're
think
not
it's-
like
I
what
think
you are?
minions.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
different.
That's
Two minions
drunk.
and one
Oh,
main
okay,
thing.
okay.
One
Yeah.
outsider, I think,
Yeah,
in
that
this
makes
player
sense.
count.
That sounds about
It's
right.
got to be the demon and
Okay.
two minions, right?
Yeah.
Two hombres.
And maybe
makes
one
sense.
outsider.
And
That's what
Carl's
we reckon.
definitely.
So do we just start
It's
now?
weird that I'm all of
So we'll
those.
start in a second. We'll go to the first night in a minute. There's a couple of pieces of information I want to give out to various people at some point. We'll do it before, do it during the first night and before we wake up and find out who's dead. So unless there is anything anybody wants to announce, confess immediately and really hurry this game up,
I'm sorry we didn't take your death more seriously.
I appreciate
We'd
it.
like to, yeah, can we have a funeral for you?
I think we probably conduct it during
Tomorrow?
the speech tonight.
Okay.
Well, during the presentation.
We dedicate the whole thing to you.
I think I've been waiting for you to say that. Sure.
No worries.
Okay, we all good?
Yes, we are. I've put my babies to bed. Let's go.
Right, everybody go to sleep, please.
Matt, grab your whiskey first.
Good idea. Thank you. Sleeping with the Ravens.
I do talk now? Like, I don't remember.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
cool. I'm only halfway through reading these rolls right now, so we'll get there. At this
point something happens, I don't even know how.
Honestly, after knowing that it was a bad circumstance after the first time you played, did you want to play it again?
No, so a few reasons why not. One is I have so many games that I enjoy, that I love, that I'm not usually chasing a second experience.
That's fair.
Redemption. Because like, why? Like what?
No, I get that. There's just too many games that are coming
and then
out.
the main aspect of the game itself that wasn't circumstance based is I really don't like how often in this game your eyes are closed.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
love
pet
it.
peeve. I just don't. I feel the
I'm just
entire time-
imagining you right now.
Well, you don't need me here for that. Like the entire time my eyes are closed, I'm waiting for them to open, even though I could be having a conversation. So like it's and that
And the
instinctively.
funniest
Sounds like a
thing is you
personal
are
trauma.
having a
I
conversation.
know, and I'm still waiting for my eyes to open. I'm still waiting for that to be the destination.
Does the conversation get better if your eyes are open?
yes. I don't know.
Because this is boring, let me tell you,
It's
right?
like
Okey-dokey.
This is rough.
You'll wake up.
You can in 1 second.
Yeah, so like that one aspect of the eyes closed made me think that even in good circumstances, I might not love it. So like, what's the rush?
Yep.
And I did always say at the time, if you do set me up in a situation where it's all people I'm friends with, I'll try it again. So I don't know why I'm here now.
But
Sweet burn.
Okay, you can open your eyes.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Someone in some way.
Oh, that's how we know who died?
Every
I think so. Richard. That's how you know. who
Wow,
died, I
why do you
guess.
like this game?
I
Why do you like
He's
this?
still
don't know why I like this game.
He still gets to be part of it. He still gets a vote.
I know.
He gets 1 vote.
Yeah.
he gets one
Also,
thing to do,
Lame
which if he
player
burns out,
elimination
he's
outside
out.
games.
You know, I
Fucking
haven't.
someone
Can you
kill
remind
me.
us, because I haven't played this enough, what does the voting thing even. What?
So if somebody gets picked as the demon, somebody believes somebody's been a demon, there can be a
I don't
vote.
know why you like
And
that.
that person is killed. And if it turns out to be the demon,
This is how you know it's
It's like someone chooses.
Can we
a
point out that you all know
Yeah.
about the demon now? Because I would never do that to my hosts.
And then if that doesn't happen, we just go to
I mean, that is a good logic.
Although that
I
person
do
still
believe that
kills.
about
Is
it.
I tell you what, it actually
But the
does
game
narrow
comes
down.
Yeah.
Is you three guys are far less likely to know the paradigm we learn to operate is Lox dies on the first night.
Yeah.
told me
There's no
this.
way.
Oh,
I
he
would
told
know.
you.
He
Oh,
told me.
okay.
You
I
didn't
would
tell
not-
me.
Oh,
I
there
didn't
you
know
go.
that.
All right.
I would
So you
never
can count
guess.
me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you would normally say that it tells you exactly who it is, but that's actually not true because it's become so consistent that it could be anyone. Except maybe one of the people who don't know that.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
eliminates 3 potential
That's
people.
a decent amount of people. That's 30% of the people here.
So right now, other than Rich, definitely isn't the demon.
Soldier. He's not the demon or the soldier.
Or this is a double bluff and he is the demon, kills himself straight off the bat.
Like, fuck this game.
Oh.
I'm sorry, man.
Are you guys like
I
get
don't
up
know. In
and
terms
walk
of
away from
equity
the
in my
table
hand,
type
I
of
think that's
people?
quite
No.
that's quite low.
We could for performative value.
Well, that's
That
You know what,
applies
man,
to
I'm
situation,
done.
but
Yeah,
not
I
both.
almost want to see that.
I mean,
play.
I'll go talk to you.
No.
So
We're
if I
saying
close?
we should get up and walk around.
No,
so
I'm
that
just
people
saying I didn't
know
know
what we're saying to each other.
that because I can go have a side conversation with you because I
Yeah.
trust you a little bit right now
Yeah.
because of this whole
Oh,
thing.
the conversation better if like
Right.
we're in a different
No,
place.
it's because
Your
I
eyes
don't
are
want
open.
everybody else to know.
What role are
There you
you?
So in the
I
spirit
am
of
the-
trying to
I'm
put
not-
some
I'm-
information on the table,
You're not going to answer that.
I
I'm
am the
confused.
Raven Keeper.
Oh.
You're the, you're the what?
I am the Raven Keeper.
Of course you are.
Boy, that's
You
the
can
joke
tell.
I made earlier about you being the Raven
And I thought, did
Keeper.
you see when Richard tapped me on the
No,
shoulder? Was
I
he
just
was
randomly.
he looking
I
at
literally
me?
just looked down, and that was the first one I looked
Cal, who are
at.
you?
Yeah.
That's either super convenient for you that you picked that, or that is.
Or just lucky.
Yeah.
Okay. Cole,
Who's
who
Carl?
are you? The exact reply Cole comes up with is nervous grin.
Never screen, I'm an imp.
Who are you, Sharon?
You do know that if you're a good guy, that makes you more suspicious.
I've played
This
games.
will
that-
sound just as
He
suspicious
does
in,
all
but
the
I
time.
have
I know he
found
does it all the
where
time, it
it's
still
really
fucking
not
puzzles
advantageous
me.
to
It's the
tell you.
worst
I'll tell
strat.
you, but it'll get
Well,
me killed.
the thing is,
straight away.
if I talk, I'm
What
going
would
to
you
get
say
myself
when I get
killed.
killed?
Sorry?
What would
Right.
you
That's
say that
not
would get you
popular.
killed?
Trust each
Right.
other.
I have some valuable information.
If you talk,
I'm
you
scared.
get
I
killed.
have
That's the
never-
strategy
I
he
have
just
no-
come up
I
with.
have
Oh, is it?
no.
No,
Yeah.
the
I wanna
demon,
find
the
soldiers.
soldier,
That sounded like hot
the
bullshit.
slayer
Come back,
maybe.
stop, stop. You trust
They
me?
literally said exactly the
Why
same
is it
words
for
you just did.
him? I don't
Almost
know
like you
if
two
they
were
do.
Okay,
colluding.
let me
Yeah, because the demon will admit.
Ask him what he just said as a reason he can't tell anyone who he is.
Walking away.
Right, the demon will admit.
Kill Alex, you can't walk around this side.
Assuming you
Oh,
got
you must
sadly,
I
I
didn't look. I didn't even know to look. Sorry.
I want like a little.
The Americans are.
American click.
Wait, what's going?
What's
going on over here?
We're being really
Hang
clear.
him.
This is the content.
Do you want to
page.
include us?
Start voting. Hang him.
Oh, that's how it's shaping, is it?
Straight up.
Right, so what I said was.
Alright, we outnumber them,
And
so let's get
we're
vocal.
still-
I said it will look
Is
as
the
suspicious as
demon.
you.
That doesn't mean that
it's
one of
not
us
really
can't
terribly
be
adult.
Understand.
Alright. Has anyone else announced who they are?
Tom, who are you?
I can say
Okay.
So I'm the Empire.
I will tell you who I am.
They know.
They know they're minions.
Don't we all?
Interesting.
Tom's a washer.
How does Fraser feel about that?
No. We won't.
Unhappy, obviously.
Yeah,
What fucking other response am I going to give you? Oh no, I'm super happy, Bill.
Oh god, so bloody knows!
Oh no, no, we don't know what
Only one
character.
that's
So
right.
equally,
It
we
could
don't
be.
know what character they were. And we don't.
Do we vote
even
now?
know.
Do we try a vote now or no?
We'll wait for it to come back.
Who are you, Tom?
I have.
You're a washerwoman. What are they
He
doing?
says that with so much conviction. He can't lie.
My character is
What do they do?
so fucking
He's
useless
such a
like
good
these
player.
well.
No, I know he is.
blue
I
eyes.
essentially
Okay.
It's because he doesn't care enough about anything.
You know,
I don't
you know,
One way or the other.
is showing playing a role
that
that if he revealed who he was, it would be dangerous for his life.
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, who else do you
There
know?
are
so that's
things that have good abilities.
Who else do
You know two people, right?
Abilities.
Only one person. Oh, okay.
Well, actually, I just
His ability is that one of two players is a role,
The good team
Oh,
wins,
okay.
Oh, okay.
even if you
not
lose, right?
that he knows two
Yeah.
players'
So, like,
roles.
whoever the watcher
One of
is,
two
can
players.
say
Is
that
Carl the
they
other
can
player?
that's not good.
Yeah, you can.
I know who you
can
are.
be truthful about
Alright,
the
well,
information
I
you
know
know.
who you
just-
are.
I know,
people
'cause I
don't have
told
to
you.
believe.
No, you lied to me, and I don't
So-
appreciate it.
Do you not?
Yeah.
Okie dokie, let's
I've got
let's
10
start moving
euros
towards
to
the vote,
say.
please, people.
Oh, it is.
Or we don't have to vote. Is anybody going to nominate anybody?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
fuck
feel
it.
like
Okay, who
that's
we nominate?
enough
You do it.
information.
Yeah, but that's it's early. It's early.
You didn't randomly choose the roles. Did you randomly choose who got the roles?
I can neither confirm or deny. That might
He's
lead
dead.
people to
That's
believe.
his own
That might lead people to
He is
believe
rule as
that
written,
there
allowed
is-
to lie.
Yeah,
I
there
think
is
I might
there
be
is
drunk.
bias or malice in
If he
the selection of
did
roles.
it, if he did it with intent, at least one of the three of us is evil.
Wait, look.
Yeah,
what
I
role
would-
were you before you?
I would agree
think
with
I'm
that.
drunk.
What?
Oh.
If he chose the people with
Oh.
intent, at least
Maybe.
one of the three of us is evil.
Well, who are you?
Yeah.
There's no
Don't you
way
work?
that he
Yeah,
did
no,
all
it's-
three content
So
creators
I
safe.
think I was the
I mean,
mayor.
I
Think
will
you-
say,
I think
given the voting patterns of the US, it would also be a very accurate satirical
No,
point I was making.
Locks.
Not a vote of the
Who
US is
are
evil.
you told you were?
I was told I was the mayor,
Right.
I'm glad
but
you
I
were only
think
third.
I'm drunk.
Why? How would you know that?
Because
This
I-
early?
Oh, you mean you are the drunk? You're not like physically
Yeah,
drunk.
no,
You're
I
just like,
yeah,
nah,
yeah,
fuck it,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
enough.
But why would you think that this early?
Because I might not die at night, and then so the fact that I died, I mean, I might die.
Are you saying that because
So
you
I'm
might
really
be poisoned,
confused.
we should hang you?
Oh wait, maybe
Oh, he
the
thought he
mayor
was the mayor, but then he
attacking,
got
you
killed, and
instead.
someone else.
Maybe.
If you die at
Hasn't
night,
died.
another player might die instead.
What's
Not
the might?
definitely.
Yeah, it
Like,
might
like,
die. So
I would choose.
You choose?
I would choose
Oh,
as
that's
the game
hot
master.
bullshit.
I think
Where's the
you
And
logic
that,
in
of
this?
course, would mean, as
That would be
anybody,
hilarious. I would love it if the
You
mayor
would
got
die.
attacked and he was like,
you
I'm
gave
killing
him the mayor. No,
Hot bullshit.
Who are you? Alright, Carl's appointed himself the hero again.
I also might
I
be
would
a
like to
spy.
nominate Mr. Matt Hart as
that
a
would-
traitorous bastard.
That would be incorrect.
That's the demon.
Because I got some secret information.
From who?
Really tell people what your secret information
If he had
is.
the empath, that would be possible in theory.
I believe that Mr. Matt Hart is the Scarlet Woman.
That's very
Holy
specific.
shit.
Why? You're going to feel very sad
Probably.
in literally 2 minutes.
That's alright.
Only if we vote to
You're
kill
about
you.
to get nerfed.
Well, I will say,
And the hero isn't even a role, so fuck off.
I will say, in Matt's defense, he is claiming to be the Raven Keeper, and that ability would only help the good team at night. That
I
is
would ta-
only of an ability that helps us at night.
I will
And
tell
so
you
this
why
is
I
not
think-
God,
night.
this is too many layers.
I would
this
tell
is
you
true.
why I think it's
Killing
Matt
me now
Hart.
would be bad.
I'm
Killing
not
me
saying
at night.
I'm not saying I'm not going to
so
kill him. I'm just.
So my role is the investigator. And
Allegedly.
I was told
Possibly.
during the night that either Mr. Matt Hart or
Hello.
Mr. Richard Loxham was the Scarlet Woman.
So I might
And
be a
Mr.
spy,
Richard
though.
Loxham is in fact dead. So
No, but
I
I
would
might
like
be a
to
spy.
suggest that Matt Hart is the Scarlet Woman.
Unless, of course, you're drunk.
I could very well be. And knowing you gave out the roles, there's a really fucking good chance that that might be a possibility.
No.
It wouldn't change the
It wouldn't change
I
it.
guarantee you, Carol would not get a bland roll. You got something that's like active and
Yeah,
being
exactly.
full.
100%. So I'm either
Why are
the
you falling for
investigator or I'm drunk.
Yeah.
But I can't just go, oh, fuck it, I'm the drunk, I'm going to write off my roll.
No.
I'm gonna fucking
This
kill
is-
you straight away.
it's now up to you.
Break the cycle, Carl. I always die on the second
No,
day.
you're a fucking.
Break the cycle.
This is
I
for the
am
first day,
genuinely
we're
good
going to
guy.
hang you.
Yeah,
I
this
have
is day
never
one.
played this game and been a red
I reckon
character
we should hang you.
ever.
In,
I don't even need this part of the character. When you hand it out, I need the A5 bit.
The problem is, I don't know why you'd be incentivized to lie, but you are lying.
Me?
Yes.
How am I lying?
Because you're smiling at the corners
Because
of
what
your
you're
mouth.
saying doesn't match with information I have.
Oh,
Who
shit.
am I? Come on.
What?
Yeah, what information? You were talking to us the whole time. What information do you have?
I'm not clear what I'm allowed to reveal without it causing me to lose the game. Okay, I don't yet know the ins and outs. I played this one time and it was bad.
Only the
Reveal
red
whatever
guys
you
would
want,
be
then
fair.
we'll make a decision.
I'm not willing to say what it is, but like, because again, I'm not clear.
Do you know who I am? I nominate Alex.
Actually, I'm gonna be.
do you know who I am? I'm Ronnie fucking
I'm already
Pickering.
fucking Pickering.
Right, okay, guys.
Okay, we are definitely
Yeah.
we are moving to. We have had a nomination.
Yeah, we've run out of time, we have night coming. We're not
We have
careful,
had a
so let's
nomination,
just-
so we are going to move towards that before
Mate,
night resumes.
It's a bit rude reading your book while we're playing a game.
I will be voting Matt gets killed. Funny little comment.
Impartial.
So let's start with. I will move around like that. Raise your hand if you wish to execute Matt. Keep it lowered if you would like
I didn't
him
even know I
to
got
see
onto
another
the
day, or at least see another night. Tom.
Correct decisions.
I'm still interested.
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
would
listening
be.
to what you're saying. I'm just not there yet.
I'm not lying.
No,
I might
yeah.
be off my face.
And also, you
Yeah.
haven't known Carl as long as we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust in me.
I'm not
is a
voting
bold
right now,
statement.
but
I've been here before.
No,
He
don't
can't-
know, Carl.
he's a snake in both ways.
Doesn't make
Yeah.
He's good when he's innocent. He looks
Yes,
Yes.
obviously.
Wrong.
Matt. No.
No, thank you.
I'll say
but it
my
is
goal
also
so
true
far.
that
think?
your
Okay.
ability is only useful.
There is nobody
dying
killed.
If I get
at
killed by
night.
bad guys.
Okay.
then I'll
So,
get
so
used.
just to be clear, Alex, you can close your eyes like this, or you can just close your eyes. Which is
Also possible.
I'm gonna think of you naked this round.
Whoa!
That was a weird response to that.
To be fair, I didn't say I was thinking of you naked. I just said I was imagining you.
I noticed this game's like a very different
visualising.
tone if that's what happens.
Yeah.
It was like this moment that Alex remembered his camera was still recording.
Okie dokie. If we could close our eyes.
Raven Keeper goes back to his ravens.
Wow, you could do it.
The one that was called Carl gets cracked in the neck.
Trust me, guys. I'm
I'm
completely with it. I know exactly what's going on.
Shut up, Carl. Sneaks into your
I'm
bedroom.
fully-
I'm putting it under your pillow now.
See, when I play other social deduction games, I
This is
understand how
me
you guys-
putting it under your
I
pillow.
don't think that's what you guys do in this game.
Yeah, I struggle because I returned first. I'm not sure how I win.
Like if I'm playing one else in the world, if I'm playing Resistance, I can win as both sides. When I'm playing this, it just feels like baggage information.
It's been about half and half in my place.
I mean, what is cool, Rich, is you've only really got one thing to do now.
I know it's pretty straightforward. Just I think I've worked out as it even is.
Does that mean you can make a cup of tea? Is that the one thing?
No, I'm still in the game.
Oh,
I'm a ghost.
we need to trick his vote out of him. Then he can make it.
And you probably use the tea making device, to be fair.
Please wake up.
Still alive.
No one
Oh look, I'm still dead.
I'm Logan Death. Logan.
Now,
Interesting.
Did no one die?
Nobody
No
dies.
one died.
So
that
that
means the
means
soldier was attempted to be
that
killed. That's
yeah,
not the only thing?
oftentimes that would
Is
mean
there
that the
any other
soldier. There are other options.
So Sherwin revealed that
they
if
don't.
he told
the
his
demon-
character he'd be killed, but maybe that was a double bluff.
The
He is the
impulse.
soldier, so when the demon points at him, don't die.
Who's? Wait,
Which
say
one
that
was
again.
Right. Sherwin revealed that if he shared his character with you, he would immediately become a target.
Okay.
So I think it may have been a double bluff, not his first rodeo.
So you think he's a
And he is
soldier?
actually a soldier, and he was trying to get himself
Because saying you're
nominated.
gonna be a target means make me a target no matter what.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Oh.
But who would have targeted Sherman? Because anyway,
Well,
Because he said.
I mean, that's pretty good playing there. How you're trying to say you're pretty good at this game,
Look at his
huh?
face.
No, at this point,
Yes.
you're all thinking far too deep in. I just said a basic piece of information.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
no,
there
that
any
is
other
part of
possibility
the,
than the soldier being
ensemble.
Is there any
the
possibility?
ensemble. And now that is
I
the
mean,
chapeau.
the imp doesn't have
go
to
with the
nominate
cloak.
somebody. I don't know
Is
why
that
they
true?
wouldn't. They don't. I don't.
No, they have to.
Do they have to?
Cushions now match
Okay.
the drapes.
I'm trying to learn the game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I choose a player. Let's
Oh
see.
no, wait.
Oh no, the monk. The monk.
Okay,
protects
so
himself.
one thing I do know at this point, right? Carl's not the demon.
It's good that we all got really quiet to hear that whisper.
Thanks, guys.
We know who the imp
There could be a monk
is.
protecting someone.
They told us.
Yeah, did.
Steve
Mike
did.
did.
Steve knows who they are.
Sorry, mate.
Well, then are the either two neighbors equal?
So one of them is evil.
And that
Were
was
you a
Mel's
neighbor?
information at what point? Did you mention that at any point?
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard
mentioned
that.
it
Oh,
when you went off.
that might have been when we walked
I
off.
didn't hear you.
Yeah.
I was the whole time.
Gotcha.
So.
Wait,
Wait
so
a
say it
second.
That's
again.
'cause you were desperately trying to get
You're
in the
claiming
mail
to
and
be
put the word
the
in.
empath.
One of the people adjacent.
So either Fraser is evil
Okay.
or you're evil.
Yeah.
Fraser, who are you, Fraser?
I just want to be part of the gang.
Fraser, who are you?
Evil, obviously. But in the game, I'm
Always
the
go
sheriff.
for the Carl defense.
Oh, that's a vote. Let's kill Fraser. He just said
Yeah.
he's evil.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Job done. Right, so let us do the vote then.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Ruthless.
that.
Would anybody like to quibble with Starman over here?
Cool like
Any,
that.
In my defense, I was obviously fucking joking.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
said
he's saying
yes.
he's an empath and one of the two is
Right.
evil, and he sat there and had a heart-to-heart with me and Megan.
Fraser,
said,
we haven't figured
fairly
out-
heart to heart!
Oh,
Wait,
cute!
a fairly useless
I didn't tell
role.
them what character
Hang on,
they
let
are.
me
I
get
just not a
American
very
solidarity.
A
powerful-
fairly useless
Let
role.
me get a
and
fucking
that would be
TikTok
so-
filter. Oh, it's
It'd
so
be so
adorable!
emotionally manipulative to act as if he has like, oh, my role's not that great. Like, to like an expert, top 10 favorite game, and I hate this game. Do that to me would be like scumbag.
To be fair, it wasn't my top favorite 10 of all time. It was my top 10 of the year.
Still be a scumbag.
Okay.
So I'm
Began with C.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Sherwin has made a nomination. We will again begin with Tom, working our way around
I am less convinced
Was
by
it
this.
for Fraser?
for Freezer.
Well, the last one was you.
I was even less convinced of that
A
one.
vote?
Raise your
yes.
hand.
Well,
Raise your
everyone
hand,
said
guys.
yes, right?
Yeah.
I feel so betrayed.
No, not for me.
No.
No, I'm sorry.
And
Oh,
you're saying
sorry, mate. It was just based on the fact that he didn't
Okay.
vote for you. That's literally
That is,
it.
that is
That's it.
you.
no, but you have to vote before
sufficient
he votes.
majority.
Yeah, you do have to.
No,
vote
it goes round
for
in
it.
Fraser?
You can't vote.
Would my vote?
Your vote wouldn't count.
No, probably not.
Yeah,
But
Fraser,
they
you're
didn't
okay.
need it to carry on.
That's what I was asking.
Fraser.
Now-
This guy?
Yeah.
Now, rules-wise, we don't know what he is, but
We
know
if
he's
he's the
the
imp, if he's the imp,
But
if he's the
now-
if he's the demon,
Now he can
Oh.
test between the two of us.
Right, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
then
I feel like you
Fraser-
just like voted for your own death warrant.
Well, no.
I'm
Greg
fine
is
by
like,
that because
I'll
I'm
be
a
the
very
twist.
weak character. That's not helping that much. So that's part of the reason I voted for you because
Okay.
now they'll.
Do we need-
I'm
does
good.
anything happen
I'm
that
just
we need
So
to
what's
know?
a
the
useless
Yeah.
dude.
Useless.
Like the Raven.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, bro, but this helps identify that I'm innocent, so I'm fine with that.
How in the world does it do that?
it doesn't.
Well,
Because
basically,
you're not sitting there, so
Right,
now when
because
he
one of our-
ha- if he is in fact the empath,
I really
Because one
hope
of our-
in Steve's
yeah,
life.
well, no,
He's
it's-
yeah.
not playing an absolute blinder if he is.
I just
Yeah.
want to play rules as written. He's still in the game while he has the vote that he
Correct.
doesn't use
But-
until he's.
no,
that
but
doesn't
when
work
he
that way,
asked the
because we're
question,
alive
it's
people.
still
Oh,
just
yes,
the
because
two
it
of
says
us.
two of your alive.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
there you go,
it's
okay.
still it still skips
So-
anybody that's
It
in
It
it.
falls
for the-
within the rules
Yeah.
as written.
So
Yeah.
Steve will now. So Steve will
I
now.
love it.
Basically,
Rules and lawyer time.
so we now know that that means you're evil.
How do we know? He hasn't asked yet.
Yeah, I
Wait, you're real
checked it.
jumpy
I wouldn't
over
know
there.
until
Oh,
Yeah, one of
okay,
them
I'm with you
was.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but
Yeah,
also.
calm down.
No,
Call me
hang
your
on,
dad. That's
wait,
over
wait,
there.
wait, wait, wait,
He's
So
got-
Could
he's
he
got-
still be
he's
evil?
got-
Would that be?
Two live
He could
names.
be the other
So you could
person?
tell one of them is evil.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
well, technically I'm
Therefore,
dead, so
if
Steve
he's
says
dead-
none of my.
Oh, I can't.
Yes, he says now he will ask, and then either of them.
Absolutely.
we are moving towards the next night.
And he's also
Eyes down for a fucking full house.
Also, not full. There's two people dead.
Close your fucking eyes.
You can do it with your head up. It's okay.
I went
Still here.
very police interrogation.
Did we not get a witch hunt then? Before you chose to plunge us into the night?
Yeah, we just killed Fraser.
You killed
It was a little
Oh,
confusing.
did Fraser actually die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad times.
Yeah, GED.
It sounds like you're heartbroken.
We need
I
a
have no
necromancer
skin in the
character
game.
that
I didn't know who he
resurrects bad
was.
decisions.
There is a necromancer later on.
Well, at least we know it's not.
There's an Undertaker in this one. Clocktower.
It'll be really interesting to see who dies next round. Unless the monk can protect them again. Unless there's a soldier.
Soldier boy.
So, Phrase, who were you playing?
Jeff. I said this at the start.
What does the chef do?
I thought you said
I thought you said
That is a
My name's Jeff.
I said Jeff.
What is the
My
chef
name's
do?
Jeff.
That's why I knew how many like minions there
See,
were.
right
It's
now, I
me,
can look at my
Dora.
relationship, like,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well,
What's the
you're gonna look at it when you
I don't
open your
have
eyes.
any
bro.
periods.
So again,
people
The
there are.
intrigue builds.
I'm waiting.
They make
That's
it
all.
move out.
Intrigue
I
builds.
said this at the start.
Thank you, man.
I was not making a show of hiding who I was.
Okay,
I swear you said my name's Jeff.
and please open your eyes.
What is going on?
I was dying.
What does the chef do? Do you
This
know
is an
how many pairs of
interesting
evil
Yeah,
players? How many pairs
situation
are
right
there?
Oh my gosh, when the
One
monk
pair.
attacks
I said this
someone,
right at
they
the
pick who they
start,
wanna
'cause it-
attack.
I said they couldn't
Are they just
afford.
picking-
They can pick the right
Because-
person time.
That's
So neither you two are bad people.
That's blowing my mind.
Well, it's either the monk or the monk and the soldier. The chance that the monk got the
I was
same
nervous
person
you
right
were
twice
playing
in a row.
That's what I'm
everybody here,
thinking, that's
but
so
all
cool.
right.
I'm
Interesting.
Why in the
Okay.
world does everyone
Well,
just
that's only
fucking
alright if
believe
Steve
Steve?
is telling the truth, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
I think
That
Steve
is very
a
true.
fucking liar. I'm on the Steve mission now. I vote for Steve.
So why you've been very accusatory?
Yeah.
Why are
Yeah,
you-
that's
Very
fucking
good vibe, mate.
You're saying a lot of shit.
Fuck it, I'm voting for Carl.
I think fucking kill Carl.
I voted first. I voted for Steve.
Yeah, that is
Ah.
Yeah,
true.
no, that's true. Okay, so no, hang on.
I think
Right,
you'd have more
so,
fun.
if we are going for this, we will start with 2 votes. We will start with Carl's vote for Steve.
Hold on, who wants Carl's vote to be first or mine?
No, that's not how it fucking works.
Can we know why?
So I will say,
There's no random
he's
fucking
lying.
roll table here.
Yeah, but-
oh, let's bounce on to Carl's.
I will
His
say-
vote
I wasn't sure if
first.
there was more information.
Could you not fucking lynch me before determining this? Like seriously?
I went all in on my opening gambit and no one believed me. So I thought, fuck
We'll
it.
just let him lynch Fraser.
Right,
Then we'll.
we're going to vote. Right, we
So
will
in
start
theory,
with
according to
Carl's
your
vote
logic,
for
he's
Steve.
dead, correct.
Tom.
Yes.
yes,
No.
No.
no,
No.
but I want to.
I'm
I want to
not
say
voting.
something first. After we're done.
I'm very
Okay,
sad by my lack
Sherman.
of support. Both of my votes.
Carl.
Yeah.
Yes! Kill him!
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
No. You
not sure.
Right.
So,
okay,
the one
Steve is fine.
The one thing I'll say in his defense is that
He said you're.
no, but you've been playing as a good player. We all talked about how he did a double thing right there, and that he's probably good. I've been talking about being good from the beginning. I'm just not very useful.
Yes.
Oh, to
and
be-
so
No, but the other thing too, bear in mind.
so then
He's-
that is
No.
He was a minion. He
Yes.
died. Now he, as the Scarlet Woman, is the demon. That's what's happening.
Wait, no, that is a
Calling it-
quantum leap
calling
of
it-
lunacy.
Calling it.
Yes.
He was a bad guy. He's,
So-
he's
so-
killed.
so
I know that he's.
There's
Scarlet
like
Woman.
four.
what
Like
you've
you
been
might
saying
say
has
error
been
in there.
consistent with the way people have been playing.
Kill Mark.
Anyway,
Right,
Kill Mark.
it's okay. Carl. The votes to execute Carl. Tom. Carl. Execution.
Why do you think?
I was told.
He-
I'm
he's
the
good.
investigator. At the beginning of the game, I was pointed at him
No.
and him and told one of them
No,
was
it's
Scarlet
pissed.
Woman.
It's Richard
Carl's
August.
execution.
So
I
everyone else is
believe-
pissed.
I believe
I
it.
totally am pissed.
He's an idiot, but I don't think
100% believe
He's
it.
drunk.
Are you
Hang
using
him.
your vote?
Not yet.
Hang him.
But he deserves
No.
it.
Yeah, fucking Luke.
No,
Yeah.
he's telling the truth.
Holy
No.
yes.
All right,
No. Okay.
I'll vote.
There are
now.
no executions today.
Boring.
I-
Unless I will allow for one more
Vote for
nomination.
Matt.
Right, I nominate Carl.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Matt. Okay, we've got another nomination for
Matt
Matt.
really wanted it to
You
move
are
on
all
to the
gonna
night.
regret.
Okay.
At this point, I'm not though. Even if you're good, I'm not going to regret.
I
it.
feel
Well,
like
'cause you're out.
Also, I never had any information that actually contradicted him, for the record. Just as a side. I just wanted to say that.
Unbelievable!
I don't know how to play these things. We're trying to figure it out. I'm saying, I'm just for the record.
as an aside, everything I said earlier is
It's fine.
wrong.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, because you gotta figure it out.
I'm
You
not
gotta see
secretly
what things
seeing
are
it, it's
going, I'm
fine.
saying.
Can we
I'm
go back?
secretly really upset about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, kill me at night.
No, kill you now. 'Cause you're a fucking demon.
No, kill me at night.
No, kill you now.
No. What happens
No,
now?
no,
Slayer.
no,
Kill me.
no.
Go on.
Because you said no. You die
Go
now.
on. Alright,
Hang
Slayer
you.
me.
I'm not Slayer. I'm dead.
Wait, now you're switching to be claiming to be the
said-
Slayer?
No, I said Slayer me.
No.
Okay, we've got a vote. The last one for Matt.
Yes.
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 3.
Don't do it, Steve. Don't reveal how dumb
Do
you are.
Steve.
I'm alright.
I can sit back. It's fine.
There you go.
3.
Steve will know.
Using
He
your
knows
vote.
the score.
No. 4.
Incorrect. You're an
5,
idiot.
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7.
Oh, no, this makes it worthwhile because Lox has now wasted his vote.
Okay. It's enough.
100% worth it.
Matt is dead.
Yes.
Executed.
And still in the game.
And the game
Unlike,
continues.
Lawson.
Okay. We are rapidly, unless there is anything else last minute people want to talk about, we're going to go for another night.
And we don't know how many minions we're gonna play.
Yes, we do. I told you, then you lynched me, so I'm not fucking repeating it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shut your fucking eyes.
They're closed. Even my head's up. It's
So there's
confusing.
one thing that's worth bearing in
I want
mind
that to be a
is that
Blood on the
Fraser
Clocktower sticker.
is definitely smart enough to paint Sherwin as smart enough to play the ruse that Fraser himself thought of and then tried to play it off as Sherwin. He is 100% smart
That
enough
is
to come
so
up with that
loose
shit.
there.
So then that's wait. Can everyone hear that demon talking in the night, even though he's dead?
No, because he wasn't a demon.
Oh, here he is again.
And now
There he is again.
all you can hear
There
are
he
my
is again.
birds being hungry.
Unless he was the demon and now the Scarlet Person.
Why aren't you feeding us,
Right?
man?
That it can be possible,
He
yes.
could have been the demon. Because
That's the only scenario where he
Yeah.
would have been bad
And we wouldn't be told.
and we'd still be played.
Yeah. So
That's the only scenario where if he was bad, the game would keep going.
What's the only couldn't there be 3?
If he was the Scarlet.
You may wake
if
up.
there is a Scarlet.
Yeah, if
I think we
there's
should
a-
actually roleplay the shameful
Make
looks
up
that we
Oh.
have to give to each other. Who's now dead? Eat shit,
Oh, for fuck's
bitch.
sake.
Won't me. I'm dead.
See? So, what does that tell you all? The
So you're
is
dead.
right.
No, it tells Steve might be.
No, you were drunk
I think he's.
and now dead.
But why? Who? These
Who
two
you
are
think
pitted
who's
against
the
each other.
spy?
Like, why?
I think he's registered as dead, Matt. Oh no, he killed him. I can't with that.
Yeah, you hanged him.
He's not registering.
We all
that
saw
he
him.
is dead.
Maybe,
Crow pecking his
maybe,
eye out right now.
maybe you're the spy.
I am dead. And I was the investigator.
Maybe you're registered as dead.
Well, you're
We
still the
opened our
investigator
eyes,
rather
and-
than death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
True.
you're the dead
The two of
investigator.
you would be an efficient team
Whereas
together
as the
if
chef,
you
I
were.
have no capacity to cook for any of you
That'd be
now
efficient.
deceased.
And actually, Carl, there is many TV shows about
No.
investigators.
I know. I don't
Yeah.
think
What do
you
you
are.
mean
Sure.
imp and demon?
Yeah.
I'm saying because like he called empath, right? And then in theory he's the other on our team.
What do you mean imp and demon?
But I do
Minion
agree.
and
I do agree with your logic in terms of gamifying
If it's
this.
imp and demon,
That
how could they both
if
be
he's
demon?
not randomly doing the rolls,
That he
the
was-
likelihood that one of the three of us is bad is high.
Yes.
To me.
Yes. I agree with that.
It's not Alex.
Mm.
It's not you.
I don't. I think you're just making shit up and telling us.
No, really not. I
Yeah,
think it's Meg.
I think it's Meg too.
I don't
How
trust
would
this
you
one.
know
No.
that?
But
Unless
I
you're
guess
the radio
The
keeper.
problem is
Because
I-
you started
No,
the
no,
game
no.
with a lie.
No,
No,
If
yeah.
the two of you
True.
literally just bandwagoned at the same time to say I think it's Meg.
No,
I-
I think it's you. I said I think it's him.
Oh,
so
I
really
thought you said Meg,
suspicious
but you
that
said
the
Meg.
Nazi
See,
one
someone else
died.
said that, not me.
What-
Matt said you.
I
You
would
got me that
actually.
then, right?
Was there two?
But the two
I don't
of
know how
you.
to say-
The question is, would you call empath at the beginning randomly because somebody else could call? I don't even know the.
I think she was a fortune teller.
Yeah, somebody could be the empath.
And
Nobody
so
else has
Colin-
challenged him on being the empath.
He could, and if he is the empath, there's no incentive to lie. So the only
Yeah.
way he's bad is if he just went for empath and hoped nobody would call him out.
Yeah.
So I think instinctively he's probably good, which does potentially point to Meg, not me.
Yeah.
It's not you.
I know it's not me.
It's literally not you.
I know it's not me.
I can prove it's not me.
How can you prove it?
I'll tell you something.
Right,
I'm afraid.
Well, tell us.
So who do you
I'm
think
afraid of death.
is on team bad guy now?
Are you afraid of death? Because
Well,
your
what
boss
do you-
would be really
do you?
angry.
I'm
with you.
just anxious. Like I don't.
Do you?
What does Washington do? You start doing one or two plays. Which one? So you're counter claiming him. No. That. So who's the particular townsfolk?
If you made me drunk,
I just trust Shadow.
How would he know what
It's
I
fucking
am other
irrelevant,
than
mate,
Washington?
Dad.
He claims that I'm good. I know I'm good. But what other
Get
role would he have
alive,
that he knows that I'm
muchacho.
good?
Okay.
Uh,
Right. There's an easy way I can reveal who I am because I think I'm going to die this night anyway.
Okay.
But I'm the monk.
Before I get to that.
I've saved you. I've saved him once.
Didn't save me.
I didn't save you. I chose to
Not
use
very
die
monkey.
because I thought you were one
At
of
least
them.
get a lie.
And I also last time tried to save Steve, but that
Yeah.
wasn't a necessary thing. I think you're right. I think it's Meg, mostly because she hasn't said anything. And I think basically she's probably going to
Where
try
are
to
you? It's a
kill
good
you.
time
Tom
to
said
use
like 3 words this entire
On
thing.
the- on
And
the-
Richard
on the soldier.
silences the line.
Okay, so
Which literally
I'm
saves
just
you.
kidding.
the
From
only
chat
piece of
there.
information
Yeah, no,
I
I get it,
possibly
man.
have,
I
which is
So the
from
point
the
is
beginning,
that the 2 nights that I've saved
But
someone
he's
have been when no one has died.
Cubos.
So either I'm drunk and I'm randomly
Which
picking
is-
things, but that
oh,
doesn't
yeah.
explain
Which is
no one's
why
done
we
something
killed
either.
him.
Also true.
Yeah.
So therefore,
How
it
do you
must
start?
be
Is it
That would make you
actually
the
that
marshal.
there's someone
No,
else.
it's a librarian.
So what are you?
Unless the real one is accidentally picking the same.
I
ones
don't.
as
I'm not gonna say right now.
Cool.
But I'm gonna
Right, so I'm going to vote.
aggressively
I'll
mouth
go
it.
vote.
Yeah.
I'll go
Right,
vote.
yeah. Are we moving towards a vote?
I
Let's
am
have
because
one.
again, I think I get nervous this evening.
Nah,
I think
that-
it's Meg.
Who did you know?
Meg?
I knew that Sharon was the monk.
Yeah, but you said that
You've been very quiet,
regularly
though.
after
It's
you
true.
revealed that he was the
No,
monk.
he said that. He said that really early on.
That is just.
He said that really early on.
Did
He
he?
said that
He
like
said
right
he,
at the beginning.
he
Yeah.
trusted
He
Sharon.
didn't say I was a monk, but he said I was.
Yeah.
He said he knew he was a
I'm
good
just
character.
saying.
Anyway, point being, be quiet, minion boy. I voted for. I voted for Meg. So let's do the vote.
Vote for Meg.
Yeah, just kill some people.
Okay, right. So we will begin the vote.
You can't do the sad. Don't vote for me face.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
look,
it's
look.
fine.
Just because she's capable of doing it, and whenever you try to get sympathy, more people vote for you.
Guys, don't vote
Oh, just because you're capable of eliciting sympathy in a human being. Right.
I've been consistent.
That well knows
I
what's
don't want you to know.
Don't you fucking come over here.
yeah, I can't come
Can't
over
come over here.
I was gonna give you
Right, let's begin.
Oh.
Meglord, yes or no?
Yes.
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 No.
No. Are you using your vote? No.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not using my vote yet.
Are you using your vote?
No, I'm not using my
Can you
vote.
raise your hands if you voted yes, please?
Do you even need me?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
I don't. I think it has to be.
Which is enough to carry, given the current circumstances. I'm sorry, Meg. Your time on this mortal plane is ended. You got proper fucked.
Yep.
Right.
We're still going.
Good call, guys.
Cool.
Still going.
Fantastic. Cool.
So now I have one vote, but I can't not
Yeah.
vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once it's done, you're out.
It's worth pointing out, I'm very conscious that I said I think I get killed, but I've killed people at this point in the demon. I'm I'm a fucking zealot at this point. It's more
If he's
excuses
backing
than
up
anything.
Some kind of Jonah.
Another
Like,
Yeah.
can we not
No,
pay
no,
attention
Jonah,
to
I'm a
the
menace.
true
I'm
understanding?
burning you all.
Are you like a monk from Mean
it could be
Machine?
the two of them.
I mean, Tom's been pretty quiet over here. It's a nice way to play
It could
this.
be the two
Fly
of
under
them.
the
two of them
radar.
back each other
I
up.
didn't say
It's
anything.
two.
In Tom's
Are you
defence,
Could
this
there
is how
be
he
a third
plays every
minion
game.
play?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know
Do
like
we know
the
if it's
vibes of
possible?
people to
No,
know
this is
who's.
not.
We know the one
Yeah,
like,
it is
you
the
know,
top.
I have
who's
revealed
that-
Yeah, it
this
is tough.
again and again and again.
Why do we know that there was only
Because
one?
I'm the chef and I was told that there is only one pair.
Okay.
Listen, mate.
But
We've all been
one
told
pick
lots
can
of
still mean
things.
Wait,
three.
That's
can
what
it
I'm
be
saying.
three?
I'm saying there's not four.
I'm saying three. I'm only questioning three.
Right.
3 minions.
Is
Yeah,
there,
but
are there
it's
going to be
clear
any more
of not
nominations?
minions,
Because
evil
otherwise we're going to
people.
move to
Demon
a
counts.
penultimate night.
I vote Brian.
Right.
Wow, Tom coming in hot.
Oh,
Play.
Will Grant get proper fucked
So-
by this
no.
beautiful young gentleman?
But
What's going to happen?
I think it's Alex.
Or Steve.
Oh, by the way,
Steve's
Tom,
definitely a fucking baddie.
you're dead.
Yeah. Grant said it.
Oh.
yeah, I said that's why. I said I'm not a good person, and you don't want to nominate me. So you know who I am now. Well,
What?
You know,
I'm the virgin.
Better.
that's why I've been so
interesting.
hesitant to try to get
Like
other
me?
people to nominate me. Because if any townsperson nominates me, they're dead instead.
So it is,
That's
it's-
why I was saying try to
So
get.
Steve's in.
Yeah, but if it's
It has to be.
Steve, nominate them.
Steve, Matt.
It has to be here.
Steve.
Steve, Matt, and Alex.
it's
Cool
one
it
of
down.
us is-
Steve, Matt, and Alex.
is probably one
Well,
of
there's
them.
not.
Okay.
Right, are
That's
we happy?
true.
Alex,
He's
you
still
bit,
wrong
so-
about
One of us
that.
is-
Can I nominate you?
he probably
There is
is.
also.
I
I mean,
don't think there's any limit on who you
Cool.
can
this
nominate.
is
Steve.
this is meta logic.
Yeah.
This is
Steve.
meta logic here. But we
Kill
were
Steve.
discussing that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But also, I just want to say this. We've been talking about how that you would most likely put one of us on the bad team.
That's a big
Yeah.
assumption.
That is a big meta. That is a meta game
And
thing.
if
But
we
we are
know
all
that they're
gamers
safe.
here.
We also don't know.
And we know I'm safe. We know.
We don't
so
know-
it
we
could
don't
be.
know.
Also,
we
no, also he's a
But
late
Steve,
And also,
Steve
again,
has also.
You don't know this about me. I will definitely try and fuck over everybody at this table.
Yeah.
I am an
And
arsehole.
again, he's a late to
You
lie.
have been
He's
very
saying he gave
successful at killing
selected them.
people, based on what you've said.
He
Yeah, I
killed
mean that's
Steve. Look at
what.
his face. Like,
Yeah,
Alright, let's do it then.
Steve's
If you-
fucking evil.
I honestly.
but
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
But
finally
Sherwin's
people are
also
wanting to
been
vote
very
for Steve.
good at.
Yeah,
I
but
was gonna say, if you
Sherwin's
nominate
backed
Alex,
up by
I'll put my
him,
vote in
and
for
we know he's good because he tried to dominate you.
That's
That
true,
doubles
that's
up.
a good
That doubles
point,
up
yeah.
Sherwin.
Okay.
Yeah, only
All right,
But
Sherwin.
Tomo
I'm good with
knew
Right, so hang on,
one
what's
of two
happening?
townsfolk was there.
Nominate Steve.
Right, nominated Steve. Okay, there
I
are.
forgot who
If we
was pointing at.
basically
I just knew
if
it
this
was
is
Sherwin.
wrong though, good guys lose.
Yeah, that's fine. I've
Yeah.
burnt most of you at the stake. I'm happy.
Okay. I'm assuming a yes, a yes,
Yes.
a yes. The demon is dead.
Nice. It was well played.
Let's
Just.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go
Well, I
through.
had
I'll
that
go through the
until you
rolls.
died.
I'm livid
Yeah.
because I voted for him on fucking round 2 and everyone went, no, don't trust Carl.
Well, let's just
I
go.
was your
Okay,
second and you
Tom
fucking shanked
was
me.
the
Yeah, 'cause I was
washerwoman.
like-
in the role of the washerwoman, young Tom. In the role of the spy, glamorous
So
Meg.
it was good.
In the
so
role of the virgin, the wonderful Grant.
So she was
In the
bad.
role of Impy McKillerface, Steve. Our very glamorous Scarlet Woman, Fraser McFetridge.
Ah,
The
so
one and only monk,
we had some good logic
Sherwin
there.
Matthews. The useless drunk. Carl.
I can't believe you knew you were the demon.
The
and then
Raven
faking
Keeper.
the empath. You told the truth.
Matt Hart.
Yeah.
The legendary soldier,
I had to give
Alex,
them some-
and the immediately murdered Mayor, Rich Watson!
Right.
Who
fine.
were you, Alex?
I tried to kill
I
Carl
called
turn 2.
I called
Did you?
Yeah.
Sherwin saved in turn two.
And we game fight. Did you choose the characters?
I did choose the character.
Yeah.
We did
so
game
we
fight
did.
characters. Okay,
Yeah.
we did that game fight.
Well, it was
Yeah,
I
I
kind of had everything in my hand, so it's kind of so. I was like, right, I'll get. One of you was going to be, and it was like I came to Meg, and the top one was.
How did you feel when Meg said? So I played like a game once before, and I was basically like, if I'm bad, it's gonna be a terrible experience.
Oh no. I played this like 3 times.
I know.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fun. Well, good job.
Pausing what we're doing.
You did a good job.
I fucking love that.
So also-
I'm happy.
I always think that the problem, the problem is now that because it's become so established.
I felt like it couldn't break from
But it's also such